In the quest for unique travel locations for pre-season fixtures, Everton have arguably raised the bar this summer. Invited by their new shirt sponsors who operate in the East African country, the club travelled to Tanzania for an historic trip. Former Blue Leon Osman was part of an advance party who conducted coaching sessions and seminars, and the club ambassador had the opportunity to take a cultural cycle tour of the capital, Dar es Salaam.
That was the words I've used. Humbling, you know, to start off at the cemetery for the victims of the world wars, to experience that and see how well that's maintained and how highly thought of that still is in the country. To then move on to the village where I got that wonderful reception of the dance, where once I loosened off I was able to join in a little bit. And then to go over and see how they make coffee and sell it on the streets, and we moved on to the local cinema where they managed to watch the Premier League games, and you know, it was a really good experience, and you know, it really does open your mind to what goes on in the rest of the world.
After that, Osman was further treated to a spectacular insight into what else Tanzania has to offer.
For 2 days we were taken to the north of the country to a couple of the national parks, the Ngorongoro Park and the Manyara Park today, and both of them were brilliant. The Ngorongoro crater was really something to behold, and to see the views, and then to go within the crater and seeing the wildlife and how they all interact with each other, and how, you know, as you would expect, the lions get a wide berth down there, and then into the Manyara National Park today to see the elephants and the giraffes and other things, and it was really great.
But it wasn't just a sightseeing trip. Everything was a precursor to the main event and organised to build awareness ahead of the first team squad's arrival.
It's been great for me to come early and see how the country's responded to the knowledge that Everton will be coming over here, and now it's down to us as a club to capitalise on that and to try and keep the interest high, to make more Evertonians in the area and in the world.
That interest understandably peaked with Everton's announcement back at home that Wayne Rooney would be rejoining the club and coming out to Tanzania.
From the moment the news broke, I was out here when it did. You know, it just really encapsulated everybody. It really got into the people, and it's all anyone could talk about. People were screaming his name in the streets as we went past, and you know, he's only been signed on for a day or so.
Rooney was undoubtedly centre stage as the team arrived on African soil, but it was Yannick Bolasie's fan club who travelled from neighbouring DR Congo, making the most noise for their hero.
Yeah, to be fair, I think it's always kind of been like that, you know, but it's not been out there, if you know what I'm trying to say. Not many people have seen. No, I was ecstatic yesterday. I was grateful, you know, and humbled, because I haven't been out on the pitch for a while.
With the team only in Dar es Salaam for a short period, it wasn't long before players from the People's Club headed out into the community.
As a club back home, you know, we have Everton in the community. We're a very big club with regards to helping the community and trying to give back to people in and around the area. And you know, to come out here, we will try and continue to do that, and to promote, you know, the EPL, to promote Everton and what we can all do together.
Tom Davies, Mo Besic and new signing Michael Keane went to offer their support to a local team, Albino United, whose players are persecuted and threatened due to their skin condition.
They're not very welcome around here, and they get treated really bad, so it's good to go and visit that team and show them some support and show that everyone's equal. It's not easy to see people that are struggling, especially when they just want to go and play football, enjoy themselves, and they have to do it all together to do that. It's quite sad to see, but it was good that we could go and give them a bit of joy.
Meanwhile, Bolasie, Ademola Lookman, Idrissa Gana Gay and Leighton Baines visited deaf and blind pupils at the Uhuru Primary School.
Everton coming here has made dreams come true. You know, if you could see all the smile on people's faces just to see some of the players, the managers that they see on TV regularly over the season, it's incredible. I don't think words can explain what it's done for the public here, to be honest.
Then it was down to business as the team headed for the National Stadium for open training, welcomed by eager fans and media, desperate for a glimpse of their Premier League heroes. With new arrivals and only a week of pre-season completed, it was another stage of preparation for what should be an exciting campaign for Ronald Koeman's men.
There are a few variables this season. You know, there's extra games in Europe, there's new players that need to adapt to the Premier League, and there's new players that need to fit in and around the way he plays. So, you know, I think as long as it's progression this season, as long as it's better than last season, I think that'll be a success.
The next day, Rooney joined Kevin Morales, Morgan Schneiderlin and John Joe Kenny to meet a group of Maasai warriors, a final prelude to that evening's match, the first featuring a Premier League team in Tanzania.
It's good for us as players to come out here, see the different culture, different way of living, and you know, speaking to a few of the warriors before, learning how they live to survive. And it's not all the time you learn things like that, but to come out, get a good training session in, and the game well, this afternoon will be an exciting one, I'm sure, and but also for the people over here to come and watch us firsthand when they might never get a chance to go over to England and to watch a game. So it's a great experience for us.
Rooney's appearance had boosted ticket sales, fans wanting to see one of the Premier League's truly global superstars.
It's well documented, he's an Evertonian, always has been. He's made no secret about the fact that he was an Evertonian and he'd want to come back, and you know, thankfully for him and for us as a club, you know, that opportunity has risen. It's great. It's going to help us on the pitch. It gives us depth with regards to the striking options because he's still a top player. But you know, in the world market of the commercial side, it's going to really help Everton step forward.
Having earned the right to face Everton, Kenyan outfit Gor Mahia were keen to prove themselves, but it was that man Rooney with the breakthrough. This was to be no exhibition though, as Gor Mahia struck back before half-time through Jacques Tuisengi. It was a new-look Everton in the second half with a completely changed 11, and the fresh legs ultimately paid off. Kieran Dowell's 82nd minute strike was enough to secure the victory and allow Everton to get their pre-season off to a winning start, before offering a huge thank you to the people of Tanzania.